I'm in Polyanka, but it was destroyed. This has to be another hallucination.
In this case, those who survived are either a mere statistical mistake overlooked by the creator-destroyer, or were left alive to contemplate the demise of their kind, because without an external observer, the punishment makes no pedagogical effect.
But if you compare the...
That's what you get for invoking rationalism to an underfed empiricist.
Stop referring yourself as an empiricist. It's inaccurate and frankly... We are not alone.
Everyone's alone, you old... Serdar Iskandar. And you still think we picked enough mushrooms?
Sergei Andreevich? Evgeny Dmitrich? How? No, you can't be real.
Oh no, not this existential nonsense. Go back from where you came.
Polyanka was unlivable after the attack. All that remained was a graveyard.
Delightful to see you here well, my friend. Sorry for asking, Doctor, but are you all right?
Serdar, excuse me. I am truly concerned as well. But my meal has been needlessly delayed.
Apologies, Doctor, for avoiding the further drama. Can you fetch me the mushrooms from those shelves? My friend, tell us, what is this cloud that is so clearly hanging over you?
My wife, she's ill. She had a situation that her son died and could never bring herself to accept it.
Life is overrated, my friend.
Now she's gotten into the hands of some cavemen. They use a pictogram worm for a symbol.
Oh, those children of the Great Worm. It's a cult, a kind of...
Do you know anything about them?
Not as much as I would like.
And what about the place called Hell's Mouth? Ever heard of it?
No, but it sounds cheery.
I don't know where it is.
My esteemed counterpart, the kettle, please.
Oh, do you think those the one that is on those shelves? I'd help, but I'm so behind with my meal over here.
Curse your villainy. Serdar, quick, I implore you. There's another kettle over there by the cabinet somewhere. Fetch it here. It's got little flowers on it. You can't miss it. Now I'm hallucinating too. How did the kettle get here so fast?
So, you've lost your way, but I think everything runs deeper than asking direction of two friends that you are not sure exist.
I've experienced things. The only explanation that doesn't sound completely irrational is that I've gone literally insane.
Every great discovery begins with defy from explanation. The lack of understanding doesn't mean the lack of sanity. Serdar, what about your past?
What do you mean?
The past. Was it ever a time when you had such disconcerting visions?
I wouldn't remember.
Absolutely not. I don't care if it's my turn. Serdar can go.
What's happening?
Despite your handiworks, the business with mutants in this station is sadly
The
unresolved.
Nosales? They came back?
Yes. And had you blown up the station properly the first time, maybe we could enjoy a mutant-free meal once in a while.
You know, you are our guest, but should you entertain our last requests? The beasts you was fighting last are still here at the south entrance of this station.
Shouldn't you find cover?
You handle those beasts and I handle this one. The gate is just over here.
Hey, you wanted to talk. It's not going to get any easier if the mutants come in here.
Section the charges at the gates. I can't carry any more clips. Is this all some coping mechanism? But then why not Akademicheskaya? Why imagine myself in my old station?
reach up here! They have got their own problem!
Oh no. Shells.
You coming? Hey, I've got places to be here. Come on, man. Let's go.
Tamir?
Don't play dumb. I know you've been avoiding me. Admit it. You couldn't dig up my dad's book after all.
Can't carry any more grenades. Your father's novel. I discovered it digging through a stack one of the stalkers dragged through here.
You found it? Is it in your quarters? Let's go! Holy shit. I can't believe you actually tracked it down. That sucker wasn't even in print when I was born.
What was it called again?
The report. Some secret agent shit. Lots of smoking and screwing British spies for intel and stuff. My mother used to call it the other woman. After he died, of course. He got too pissed if she said it to his face.
They tried to evacuate the women and children through here, but the mutants were already waiting. So then where are the bodies? Or any signs of struggle?
Look, I know I can be a dick sometimes, but you know, not everybody would give a crap about hunting down some stupid childhood bullshit. I appreciate it, Khan. You're okay. This is your bunk, right? Christ. No wonder you avoided me. You're hoarding the entire public library in here. You found it?
I believe this is what you're looking for.
He wrote this when he was my age, you know. Never thought I'd see one again. Not after the evacuation. The very last piece of him. I owe you one, Khan. Thanks.
It sounded like Tamir had been waiting a long time for that book. Is that what kept him here?
You saw him too then. But how in hell is any of this possible?
You said this, not me. Everything is possible in hell.
I had a friend who said that the last war has turned the world inside out, and the hell is on the surface now. All Tamir wanted was that book. Is that why he never moved on?
You're surprised that the dead are as screwed up as everyone else.
Tamir was right. I was avoiding him. 3 days before the station was attacked. I knew. I was lying here in my bunk and I saw them all die.
Premonition?
I thought I had dozed off. Had a dream. And then after it happened, why didn't I tell them?
Why didn't you?
Warning them would have been ridiculous. They have already made sufficient fun of me, calling me Khan and asking how's past life and all of this. I guess I didn't want to feel like an idiot, and I ended up being responsible for their deaths. Whereas, should have I accepted that? All of that. All of what Yana believed in. Premonitions, misgivings, me being a reincarnation of Genghis Khan.
Ah, yes. Evgeny mentioned that. He's very interested in what our Mongolian friend has to do with all of this. Why don't you run back to him and keep him up to speed? Meanwhile, I will peruse some of your reading materials and see if anything catches my eye.
Ah, here you are. Did you see any ghosts?
It's either this or schizophrenia. Both are possible. As a doctor, I prefer ghosts.
As a philosopher, I am totally with you. One more thing I am curious about. How is your past life?
Right, that joke. I've been missing it.
Refresh my memory. How did you came to suspect that you was Khan in your past life?
Yana. She persuaded me to try hypnotic regression.
Right. Now important. What did you see when you were under?
I couldn't recall anything when I awoke. Yana and the doctor said I spoke of some... Wait.
Yes.
She said I described a ceremony, and I've dreamt of one recently. Khan was there. I mean, the other one, Genghis Khan.
And how did he look like?
Repulsive, frightening.
Now you tell me about the ceremony.
Was there maybe a woman involved in this ceremony?
How in hell do you know this?
From the good doctor's quarters, and I quote, "While often claiming fate had chosen him, many believe it was the abduction of his bride that most shaped the future the conqueror Khan would become."
You mean the Genghis Khan wife was kidnapped?
Didn't I just say that? His bride Porter was abducted, and in order to free her, Genghis Khan, then known by his birth name, Temujin, fought and won his first
It
battle.
was Yana in my dream. I might have read this book and forgotten about it. Frankly, gentlemen, perceiving this as a nightmare would make much more sense than trying to accept all of these ghosts and reincarnations and...
But maybe accepting it is exactly what you're here for. You have found this station, haven't you? Don't you think there's a purpose in that?
My purpose is to find my wife. And I don't see how this gets me any closer to it.
Okay. None of this exists. Fine, neither of us, nothing. Although I personally feel offended and slightly awkward about non-existing and yet casually chatting. Let's adopt your perspective. Maybe you need a closer contact with your subconscious that has the solution already, but you're too blind to see it.
Ah, clever. The Mongolian tried to tell him something once. Perhaps the second time is a charm.
You want to hypnotize me?
I'd rather see it as a summoning, but feel free to take it as hypnosis. Stand right here for me, in front of the fire. Would you?
All right. What have I got to lose anyway?
Here, drink.
Whether or not we like where it leads us, we reject our destinies at our own peril. Your mind prevented you from seeing something back then. I think it's time to find out what that was. Now, stare into the flame. Think of this fire as a beacon. It beckons you, its warmth, its energy. The fire will expand until it consumes us all. And in its light, that which is hidden shall be revealed. Now, focus your mind on your wife, Carl, and step into the void.